After seeing this, your perspective on women will change. Most men don't realize this, but the woman sitting across from you at dinner tonight has almost nothing in common with the woman your grandfather married. This isn't just about cultural or technological changes. I'm talking about fundamental behavioral patterns, expectations, and actual capabilities. The software has been completely rewritten, but most men are still running 1955 compatibility mode. Let me show you what's really going on and why your frustration isn't imaginary. You're not crazy, you're just awake. Here's a simple test that will prove my point. Ask any woman under 40 to prepare a meal from scratch without looking at her phone. Not a gourmet meal, just basic chicken, rice, and vegetables. Watch what happens. Panic. I don't know how. That's not my thing. Now ask her about her expectations for a man. 6 figures, 6 feet tall, emotionally available, leadership, provision, and protection. The imbalance is no longer subtle, it's grotesque and observable everywhere. Social media has convinced every woman that she is a queen who deserves worship just for existing, not for being exceptional, not for providing value, just for being. They've been told they are prizes to be won, not partners to build with. The decline of traditional traits isn't about wanting women barefoot in the kitchen, it's about the disappearance of basic adult competence while expectations skyrocket. In my grandfather's generation, those women could manage households, raise children, stretch budgets, and create meals out of nothing. Today, many can't boil water, yet they expect you to be Gordon Ramsay, their therapist, and Warren Buffett combined. Recently, I counseled a successful entrepreneur. His girlfriend of 2 years didn't know how to cook, didn't clean, had no maternal instincts, and contributed financially to nothing, but had a detailed list of what he wasn't providing emotionally. She literally brought nothing to the table except complaints about the table. When he pointed it out, she called him toxic and outdated. This growing sense of entitlement is the result. Women who genuinely believe their mere presence is sufficient contribution to a relationship. A client showed me his ex's dating profile after their breakup. She listed her requirements: over 6'2", earning over $150K, owns property, no kids, and willing to travel. Her offerings: good vibes and sarcasm. She's 35, in debt, can't cook, and has 2 kids from different fathers, but in her mind, she's the perfect match. This isn't just delusional confidence, it's unhinged social programming. Men today face an impossible choice: adjust standards, accept reality, or stay alone. You can raise your standards, but good luck finding someone who meets them. You can lower them, but how far can you go before you're basically dating a dependent teenager? Or you can accept reality and navigate it strategically, which is what I recommend, albeit not without costs. Emotional volatility in modern relationships is exhausting. Previous generations of women had emotional regulation. They understood that feelings weren't facts. Now every emotion is valid. Every mood must be accommodated. Every feeling requires immediate attention. You're not dating a partner, you're managing a perpetual emotional crisis that considers stability boring. Last week, I observed a couple in a restaurant. She was upset because he was too quiet. He was quiet because she had been angry about something else an hour prior. She created the problem, blamed him for reacting to it, and then got more upset when he pointed out the pattern. This circular emotional chaos is now considered a normal relationship dynamic. The strategic expectation management approach is a survival mode for modern men. You learn to expect nothing to avoid disappointment. Assume she won't cook, won't clean, and won't contribute. Then, being occasionally wrong becomes a pleasant surprise instead of being constantly disappointed by unmet, reasonable expectations. It's psychological self-defense. But here's the danger. When you lower expectations too much, you enable incompetence. A client started doing everything himself because asking his wife to contribute led to fights. 5 years later, she literally couldn't function as an adult. He had created a grown-up child, not a partner. When he finally demanded change, she left him for being controlling. The accountability and responsibility gap is enormous. Modern women have been taught that expecting anything from them is oppression. Preparing dinner, sexist, cleaning the house you both live in, patriarchy, contributing financially, not their job. But expecting men to do everything, that's just knowing their worth. The central challenge isn't getting them to contribute, it's getting them to see that contribution is part of adult relationships. They've been programmed to believe relationships are about what they receive, not what they give. The concept of reciprocal value exchange has been deleted from their operating system. I constantly see the long-term risks of low expectations. Men who have accepted the bare minimum for so long have forgotten what a real relationship looks like. They are grateful for crumbs of affection, excited by minimal effort, and thankful for basic adult behavior. They've been conditioned to expect so little. That dysfunction seems normal. The erosion of respect that follows is predictable. She loses respect for you because you accept unacceptable behavior. You lose self-respect for accepting it. The relationship becomes two people not respecting each other, staying together out of habit and fear rather than love. It's not a relationship, it's an enabling of mutual dysfunction. Maintaining respect and equality requires constant boundary enforcement. But modern women have been taught that boundaries are control, standards are oppression, and expectations are toxic masculinity. Try setting basic requirements and watch them flip the script. Suddenly, you're the problem for having standards. The appreciation factor is revealing. Previous generations of women appreciated provision, protection, and leadership. They understood the weight men carried. Now your efforts are expected, but unappreciated. Working 60 hours to provide. That's the minimum. Fixing everything in the house. That's your job. But asking her to make dinner. Revolutionary war. I had a client whose wife hadn't worked in 8 years, living entirely off his income. He asked her to handle the grocery shopping, as she had free time. Her response, "I'm not your maid." The woman who contributed nothing financially thought buying food with his money was servitude. The sense of entitlement defies logic. The adaptive relationship strategies required today are exhausting. You must be traditional when it benefits her, modern when it benefits her, a provider when she wants security, a feminist when she wants freedom, strong when she needs protection, and vulnerable when she wants emotional connection. The requirements change hourly based on her mood. The balance of male and female roles has been completely destroyed. Women want male results without male behavior. They want female privileges without female contributions. They want traditional benefits with modern freedoms. The math doesn't work out, but pointing it out makes you the enemy. Understanding these psychological dynamics is crucial for survival. Modern women operate on emotional logic. What feels right is right, regardless of the facts. They've been programmed to see their feelings as truth, their desires as rights, and their longings as needs. Rational discussion is impossible when someone's operating system runs on pure emotion. A simple example suggests splitting bills based on income percentage. It's logical, fair, and equitable. Observe the mental gymnastics, but that's not equal. Nope. Having someone earning 30K pay the same as someone earning 100K isn't equal. But logic doesn't matter when emotion says she shouldn't have to pay. The traditional traits that made relationships work didn't disappear randomly. They were systematically deconstructed. Cooking is oppression, cleaning is servitude, child rearing is unpaid labor, but somehow male provision is still expected. The selective removal of feminine responsibilities while retaining masculine obligations created this unbalanced dynamic. I see young men utterly confused. They are told to respect women who don't respect themselves, to support women who won't support them, to commit to women who see commitment as possession, and to provide for women who see provision as a baseline requirement. Cognitive dissonance is shattering men's spirits. The decline in quality is measurable. Compare basic skills, your grandmother versus modern women. Cooking, cleaning, budgeting, child rearing, emotional regulation, loyalty, and support. They don't even come close, but compare expectations. Your grandmother wanted a good man who worked hard. Modern women want a superhuman who needs nothing. The inverse relationship between quality and demands is astounding. The social programming responsible for this is everywhere. Every movie shows average women deserving of extraordinary men. Every show portrays men as incompetent fools saved by superior women. Every article tells women they deserve more, while telling men they must do their best. The propaganda is so pervasive, it seems normal. Women genuinely believe they are oppressed while living better than 99.9% of humans in history. They have more freedom, opportunity, security, and support than ever before. Yet they are angrier, more demanding, and less satisfied because comparison is the thief of joy. and social media ensures they are always comparing upwards. The practical reality for men is stark. You can accept modern dysfunction or stay alone. Most women under 40 have been irreversibly programmed with these entitlement mindsets. Finding exceptions requires extensive vetting, clear boundaries, and a willingness to walk away from the majority of prospects. The numbers are not in your favor. The compromise many men make is the strategic acceptance of incompetence. You accept she won't cook, but expect her to work. You accept she won't clean, but expect her to pay half. You accept she won't support you, but you don't give her emotional labor. Matching energy, matching effort, matching investment. It's not ideal, but it's livable. The respect test is simple. Does she add value or extract it, not just financially, but emotionally, practically, and socially? Does her presence improve your life or simply make it more complicated? Most men, if they are honest, would admit their relationships are net negative. They always give more than they receive. The male burden has increased, while female contribution has decreased. You are still expected to provide, protect, lead, initiate, plan, fix, carry, and support. But what is the reciprocal expectation? Don't be toxic. That's it. The complete female contribution has been reduced to simply showing up and not being actively hostile. I advise men whose wives contribute nothing, literally nothing, and still complain about inequality. They don't work, don't cook, don't clean. The kids are in school, but somehow they are still oppressed victims of the patriarchy. The mental gymnastics required to maintain this narrative while living entirely off male labor is Olympic level. The awareness gap between what men experience and what society acknowledges is massive. Every man knows modern women are not what previous generations were, but saying it out loud is heresy. You're supposed to pretend the emperor has clothes while you freeze to death. Psychological manipulation is institutional. Biological reality hasn't changed, even though behavior has. Men are still attracted to femininity, nurturing, and support. Women are still attracted to strength, resources, and protection. But modern programming tells women to suppress their nature while maintaining their preferences. They want traditional men while refusing to be traditional women. A client's wife gained 80 ladies, stopped cooking, stopped working, and stopped being intimate. When he suggested changes, she accused him of not loving her unconditionally. But her love was entirely conditional on his income, his patience, and his acceptance of her decline. The one-way street of unconditional love apparently only flows towards women. The future implications are terrifying. Every generation becomes more entitled, less capable, and more demanding. Today's young women make millennials look traditional. They can't even maintain attention, let alone relationships. They are being raised on TikTok feminism and Disney princess fantasies. The next generation will be completely unmarriable. The adaptive strategies that work require total frame control. You set standards and enforce them ruthlessly. She can meet them or leave with no negotiation, no compromise on basic requirements. This sounds harsh, but it's the only way to maintain sanity and dignity in modern relationships. The filtering process must be brutal. First sign of entitlement: out, doesn't know how to cook; out, doesn't want to contribute; out, excessive emotional volatility; out, no accountability; out. You will eliminate 95%. But the remaining 5% could actually be partners rather than parasites. The appreciation test is crucial. Does she appreciate what you provide or expect it? Does she acknowledge your efforts or minimize them? Does she reciprocate value or simply extract it? If appreciation is absent, respect is impossible. Without respect, love dies. Without love, you're just roommates where one pays all the bills. The modern woman's paradox is this: they want traditional male results while providing nothing traditional in return. They want providers while not being nurturers. They want leaders while not being supporters. They want protection while offering no comfort. The math doesn't add up, which is why relationships don't work. I observe young men trying to navigate this chaos with sympathy. They are trying to apply grandpa's rules to grandma's opposite. They are offering traditional male value to women who have been programmed to see it as oppression. They are expecting relationships from people programmed for parasitism. The truth about declining quality is observable everywhere. Compare your mother to women your age. The competence gap is astonishing. Basic adult skills have disappeared, yet somehow standards have increased inversely to capability. The less they offer, the more they demand. It's economic inflation applied to relationships. The strategic response requires both acceptance and boundaries. Accept that most modern women won't be traditional partners, but maintain boundaries on what you will tolerate. You can't change the market, but you can choose whether to participate. Sometimes the best play is not to play. The psychological dynamics at play are not accidental. Consumer culture needs unsatisfied women. Feminism needs angry women. Social media needs women comparing themselves. The entire system relies on women being perpetually dissatisfied, always wanting more, never appreciating what they have. You are fighting a multi-trillion-dollar programming. The balance between acceptance and standards is delicate. Accept too much, you become a doormat. Demand too much, you stay alone forever. The key is identifying the non-negotiables versus preferences, core values versus nice-to-haves, and deal breakers versus annoyances. Most men haven't done this analysis. The male-female balance in successful relationships still exists. It's just rare. When you find a woman who appreciates male provision and provides female support, it works. But these women are increasingly rare and are usually snapped up early by intelligent men who recognize their value. Awareness of social programming helps navigate it. When she says something entitled, recognize its programming, not necessarily her core nature. Some women can be deprogrammed through experience and boundaries. Others are too far gone. Learning to distinguish them saves years of misery. The requirement of respect is non-negotiable. If she doesn't respect you, nothing else matters. Respect means appreciating your contribution, acknowledging your sacrifice, and supporting your goals. Most modern women have been programmed to see male contribution as a baseline expectation rather than something worthy of respect. Practical advice is harsh but necessary. Expect nothing. Appreciate anything. Assume she will contribute minimally until proven otherwise. This protects you from disappointment while allowing for pleasant surprises. It's not cynical, it's pattern recognition based on observable behavior. Relationship dynamics that work require clear leadership, not domination. Leadership. Someone must make decisions, set direction, and uphold standards. Modern women say they want equality, but lose attraction to men who don't lead. They want to be passengers while complaining about the destination. The long-term outlook is sobering. Relationships with demanding, incompetent partners don't improve over time. They deteriorate, demands increase, contribution decreases, and respect evaporates. What begins as tolerable becomes unbearable. What begins as compromise ends in complete capitulation. Selection criteria must be ruthless. Knows how to cook, will clean, contributes, is supportive, appreciative, is responsible. These aren't preferences, they are requirements. Without them, you're not getting a partner, you're adopting a dependent adult. Modern reality is that many men will have to choose between loneliness and dysfunction. For some, loneliness is preferable. Peace, freedom, and self-respect outweigh chaos, obligation, and degradation. It's not giving up, it's choosing mental health. Over societal expectation. The generational gap is real. Women over 45 often retain some traditional capabilities. Under 35 are largely programmed beyond repair. The sweet spot might be 35-45, where some competence remains, but entitlement isn't complete. But even this demographic is rapidly deteriorating. The truth men must accept is this: the market has changed, possibly permanently. The women your grandfather could choose from no longer exist in significant numbers. You are shopping for groceries at a hardware store. Adjusting expectations is not defeat, it's adaptation to reality. The strategic approach requires defensive and offensive tactics. Defensively, protect yourself from entitlement, manipulation, and extraction. Offensively, actively filter for quality, maintain standards, and walk away from dysfunction. You're not trying to win every battle, just avoid losing the war. Psychological preparation for modern dating is crucial. Expect demanding, expect minimal contribution, expect maximum demands. When you find something different, you'll be pleasantly surprised. But if you expect traditional women, you'll be constantly disappointed and eventually embittered. The wake-up call for men is to recognize that they are not crazy. Their frustration is valid, their observations are accurate. Women have changed drastically and not for the better, but society won't acknowledge it, women won't admit it, and you will be attacked for noticing. Welcome to the real world. Managing emotional volatility requires new skills. Previous generations of men dealt with occasional female emotions. Now it's constant. Every day brings new crises, new drama, and new reasons why she's upset. You become an emotional firefighter, constantly putting out fires she starts. It's exhausting, and by design, tired men are easier to control. The debate about adjusting versus accepting misses the point. It's not about adjusting standards or accepting reality. It's about strategic adaptation. You recognize the market has changed. You adapt your strategies accordingly, but never compromise core values. You can change tactics without changing principles. The complementary roles that once made relationships work have been replaced by competition. Instead of each partner bringing different strengths, modern relationships become power struggles. Who does less housework? Who contributes less financially? Who gets away with more? It's adversarial by design, and no one wins. Avoidance of responsibility is perhaps the most frustrating aspect. Modern women have been taught that responsibility equals oppression. Pointing out their failings is shaming. Expecting basic competence is having unrealistic standards. Wanting reciprocal effort is transactional. They've been given infinite excuses for zero performance. I counsel men who have been so beaten down by this dynamic they question their own sanity. They wonder if they're asking too much by expecting dinner occasionally. They feel guilty for wanting a clean home. They apologize for desiring intimacy with their own wives. The psychological damage of accepting unacceptable behavior is profound. The illusion of fairness is what keeps men trapped. They believe if they give more, she'll eventually reciprocate. If they are patient, understanding, and supportive enough, she'll become the partner they need. But it never happens. The more you give to an entitled person, the more they expect. It's a bottomless pit. Recognition of strength is crucial. Despite what modern culture says, women are still attracted to strength, but they've been programmed to test it constantly, to push boundaries to see if you'll break. The moment you show weakness, the attraction dies. You are expected to be an immovable object against an unstoppable force of emotional chaos. The traditional skills that built civilizations, male provision and female nurturing, created stable families and societies. Now we have neither. Men still provide but receive no appreciation. Women don't nurture but demand support. The social contract hasn't been renegotiated, it's been shattered, and men are still bound by the original terms. The possibility of true partnership still exists, but it requires finding women who have somehow resisted or overcome the programming. They often have strong fathers, traditional families, or have learned through painful experience that modern relationship dynamics don't work. These women are gold and are usually recognized and snapped up early by wise men. Strategic filtering must begin immediately. Don't invest months discovering incompetence and entitlement. Test early. Can she cook? Ask her to make dinner. Will she contribute? Suggest splitting expenses. Is she responsible? Point out a small mistake and see if she owns it or deflects. These tests save years of misery. The appreciation versus expectation dynamic tells you everything. A woman who appreciates your efforts will reciprocate. One who expects them will just demand more. The difference is obvious once you look for it. Gratitude creates positive cycles. Entitlement creates destructive cycles. Choose accordingly. The final truth is this: modern women are not what they used to be, and that's not changing anytime soon. The question isn't if this is true, it's what you will do about it. Will you lower standards to dangerous levels, maintain standards, and possibly stay alone, or find the increasingly rare exceptions? The choice is yours, but choose consciously. Your grandfather's marriage is not available to you. That contract no longer exists. The women who could fulfill it are nearly extinct. You are negotiating new terms in a radically different market. Understanding this is not pessimism, it's the first step to making intelligent decisions about your future. The responsibility revolution begins with individual men refusing to accept unacceptable behavior. Every man who upholds standards raises the bar slightly. Every man who walks away from entitlement sends a message. Eventually, the market might correct, but even if it doesn't, you will have preserved your dignity. The awareness you need isn't just about female behavior, it's about your own worth. You've been programmed to underestimate yourself while overvaluing women. Reverse this. Recognize what you bring to the table. Appreciate your own contribution. Stop apologizing for having standards. You're not asking for too much. They are offering too little. I want to hear from you. What changes have you noticed in modern women compared to previous generations? What standards have you had to adjust? What behaviors have become deal breakers? Leave your observations in the comments. Let's document this shift honestly, because pretending it's not happening helps no one. The truth may be uncomfortable, but living a lie is unbearable. If this analysis has changed how you view modern relationship dynamics, make sure to subscribe and like the channel. We're uncovering truths society tries to keep hidden. Protect your future.